Okay, so I am actually going to do this probably for the first time where I review a whole collection. And I find it honestly crazy because I've rarely ever bought whole collections at full price at least. So I am going to actually start by swatching them first. And then I'm going to give my opinion while I'm swatching them. And then I will start to do comparisons. But I've tried to add as much lighting as possible. And I'm using an Android phone for the recording, just to make the colors look as true to life as possible. So let's just get this out of the way. All right, I'm gonna do Roy G. Biv order. All right, so I'm gonna start with Flower Power. I already opened them up and I took a look, mostly because I wanted to get that out of the way. So I'm gonna use. So buttercreams are meant to be put on a tack-free surface that's been filed and buffed, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be applying tack. Just clean that up. I'm going to be applying tack on my swatch sticks, which is probably something I should have done before I started. Alright, I'm back. So the first color is Flower Power, and so it's actually just a very gray, I'm going to call it a gray pink. I have no real feelings towards this color, but let's just swatch it out. So buttercreams were meant to be applied on a filed tack-free surface, but as of late I've been putting them on top of tack or on top of one step just to get a smoother go of it. So this one actually applies quite smoothly. There might be just some dust in my brush. That's making it look a bit gritty, but this one applies actually fairly smoothly. Just move this light over a bit. It applies fairly smoothly. I do like that. It's not a one coater for sure. You can, with a very thin layer, you can see right through it. I mean, you can't see right through it on camera, but you can see right through it. I can. So I'm going to apply a second coat. It applies quite smoothly. I don't stir the buttercreams. I don't feel I need to. When I put a top coat, all the streakiness does go down. Just bring it a bit closer. Well, in fact, let me just zoom in. Alright, so that's what the color looks like closer up. It feels like a very generic pink. I'm not feeling any, way towards this. It feels like a spring pink, but it's just very plain. Maybe use it for like floral nails? I don't know. Alright, let me cure this and let me move on to the next color. Alright, so I decided to remain at 2x zoom. And the next color is Love Bug. Alright. So some of my jars are already looking like a hot mess. And it's going to stay that way. I'm not cleaning up around the rim or anything like that. So this pink reminds me of so many colors that it's not even funny. But it's a very bright red pink. The way it looks in camera is definitely not the way it looks in real life. It looks more red. And I'm using a Galaxy A53 for recordings. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, but neither one of them seem to express this color directly. This color does remind me of Pop, Lock, and Drop or Smitten, and I will use those in my comparisons later. Let's just watch this in the meantime though. Yeah, it does definitely remind me of Pop, Lock, and Drop. It's a blue based pink, and you can kind of see it you can see it in real life. Not too much the camera. The camera makes it look more red. When you spread it a little bit, you can see it definitely has blue in it. Does that make it a purpley pink? I think so. Now, I did not buy the summer collection. When I saw it, I thought it was very translucent. And this is just that. It is quite translucent. It might look very opaque on the camera, but if you look right here, let me just use this. If you look right here, you can start. That's a bad one. If you look right here, you can actually, in the corner, you can actually see through. That's not my brush stroke. I feel it looks a bit translucent because I can see everything moving behind it. Camera tricks. Oh, they amaze me. Okay, much less see-through now. Let me see if looking at it on the napkin. Yeah, no. I thought putting on the napkin would make you see it better, but no. Alright, so let me cure this up and let's move on to the next color. So I'm using a brush specifically for my red polishes. It actually says it right here, red. I use that for pinks, reds, oranges. And the next one is orange. So this color definitely reminds me of Full Spectrum Hottie when I saw it. Now, this color actually looks completely true to life, at least the way I see it on my screen. I'm using an HP monitor and the Galaxy A53, and when I'm looking at it on the phone, I'm looking at the, not my phone screen, let me say that again. I'm looking at this camera from my phone on my monitor, and it looks very true to life. So what you see is what you get with this one. Oh, that was thick. That was nice. That was nice. Wow. Wow, this one lays amazing. Pick that up and it feels like one of the fusion formulas, if I'm going to be honest. This one feels very light and airy. I like it. We'll go into some more. See if I can try to make it full coverage in one step. Save for the top, this one actually is very opaque. Like when I say the top, I mean this part where the brush started. This one's actually very opaque. And it actually lays very well. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Alright. I'm gonna put a second coat just for sanity's sake. Also, it's already on my brush. I'm gonna say this is probably the first one of these three that I've done so far that has gone down without any streaking. Like severe streaking. When you lay it, it lays flat. Wow. I actually really like that. This reminds me of a D&D gel polish color before I switched to HEMA free called Russet Orange. I think I still have a color pop of that. This one's pretty intense. Look at it in the camera. God damn. Wow. Alright, and let's cure that and move on to the next color. So I'm just going to continue to use my reds brush for the rest of this because I just don't feel like changing brushes. Now, when I saw Psychedelic, it reminded me of when I first started to mess around with gel polish and everything. It reminded me of this Born Pretty color that came in this neon yellow, and I did this amazing set with it, and I think I'll link that on my Instagram. It was already on my Instagram, so I think I'll link it. And I had, it was like one of those yellows that's like used with acid smileys. Let me pick that up again. Let me feel how that feels. It feels watery. It's not thick. It's not like how Trippy felt. And I know this is going to be sheer. It's yellow. It's never going to be opaque, but this one feels like it could go on good in 2 coats. I do have that little gripe with the buttercreams though. After discounts and coupons and everything, each of these jars costs, I paid for this. I didn't get this for free. Each of these jars cost me about $11. If I have to go on 2 coats, even if they're thin coats, this still has to come up in my brush. Not, and you see here, this is my money. If I have to do 2 coats and this is a 5 ml jar, I'm basically paying for a 2.5 ml jar because I have to do 2 coats. Yeah, this one's definitely gonna need a second coat. I will say the camera is making this one look darker. The camera is definitely making this one look darker. It's a yellow green. It's just one of those very acidic greens. The camera is definitely making this look more. The camera makes this look more like Yellow Jacket, but when you see it in real life, it's that acid yellow. Alright, now let me go with the second coat, because this must have it. But you already see that it's starting to pull back into place. It's not the thick buttercream formula. Oh shoot. Let me just get that. Alright, let's put on the second coat. If you get a little bit of another color in your buttercream or your gel polish, it is not the end of the world. Just clean my brush. Alright, again, the camera really doesn't do this color justice. No matter how close I get, it really doesn't do it justice. It is an acid yellow, an acid yellowy green. God, it looks cartoonish on camera. Alright. Let's go to the color everyone was waiting for, and that would be Groovy Green. I guess everyone's trying to see how it looks against Tennis Everyone, and I have Tennis Everyone, so here we go. I'm gonna swatch it first though. Alright, so when I swatched this the first time, when I swatched this the first time, I had to tell myself, like, this is definitely not Tennis Anyone. It's close, but it's close. I will say that. But it's like an updated Tennis Everyone. I will make this gripe though. The people that brought us Tennis Anyone can't seem to recreate their product in the buttercream formula, and that's a little suspicious. It's like, did someone run off with the ingredients? Did they run off with the list? Because I only ever saw one lot of Tennis Anyone, and that was that. Alright, so this one is also a very acidic color. In camera, it looks chartreuse. In real life, it looks like a chartreuse mixed with white. But on camera, it looks very chartreuse. So, let me put this in the lamp. I'm not going to do a second coat of this one. It actually laid pretty well in one coat. Alright, since I don't do one coat of the last one, I'm going to move on to the last one. So for Far Out has a shimmer in it, and it reminded me of something. I'm probably going to figure out what it is later, that had like just this shimmer that ran through it. I think it was Warrior Princess, but Warrior Princess was a light blue. I still have the swatch of it, so I can show that. I sold it, and I no longer have it. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Alright. With the buttercreams that have a shimmer in them, or any gel in a pot that has a shimmer in it, I use a separate brush. This brush says Glitter BC. If the item has a shimmer in it and I take my regular red brush and I go use it, that shimmer's stuck in the brush, and that shimmer's gonna contaminate my other pots. So shimmer, anything with shimmer, either uses the glitter brush or uses its own separate brush. I also noticed that glitter seemed to eat at the brush. Huh, this one actually lays quite well in one coat. I'm probably gonna have to go over it again with just some more product, but it lays quite well in one coat. there's a little bit of sheerness here at the back. Let me see if I can't cover that. So, I remember being told, oh, you can't take buttercream and put it in thick coats. Do 2 thin coats and then cure. Seems like the rhetoric keeps changing, so I will do a second coat for this one. But I will say this. When you put it on the swatch stick, and I'm going to say when you put it in your nails, you don't see that shimmer at all. Let me just get closer. You don't see it at all. It honestly looks like a very solid blue. I'm going to guess that if you were sitting in the sun, you'd probably be able... No, you wouldn't be able to make this out. I think this color would have been better had it not had the shimmer. Had this been a pure cream collection, because everything, see? Cream. 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 This color would have been saved by not putting the shimmer in it. I don't see myself using this color again. It's like a gray blue. It's like a really ugly gray blue. I'm so sorry. I don't like it, but I'll do a second coat. All right, let me do that second swatch now. Second coat. I will say this color's nice and thick, but excuse me. That's about it. I think the shimmer definitely brings this color down. This color would have been amazing without the shimmer. I think the color I am thinking of is Warrior Princess. Alright, I'm going to top coat all my swatches and then I will get to the comparisons. Alright, so for the comparisons, the first color is definitely, we're going to go back in order, definitely going to be Flower Power. So, let me grab my buttercream swatch set, and let's start comparing. Now for buttercreams, there's like a billion pinks. Disconnect this. There's like a billion pinks, and a billion reds, and like 1 yellow. Alright, so let's start with the pinks. And just on quick purview, we can easily skip over half of this. Alright, so here we are. Flamingo. Flamingo's a little more warm, way discontinued. My Sweet Cream swatch is actually one of the early editions of this, is one of the early editions of the buttercreams. Let me actually zoom in some more. Alright, let me start it with Flamingo. So Flamingo is more warm. My Sweet Cream is actually the version 1. When the buttercreams first came out, at the time I was working somewhere where they got their hands on probably one of the first sample sets. I actually have 2 versions of 10 to 71. And so therefore this one was actually like one of the first ones that came out. It wasn't that great. Initially we hated it, then we got sent another one and it was great. So I believe this is what that swatch stick is. They're kind of close. So one thing I've learned while I'm just going over this, one thing I've learned is that there is no need to have 2 different shades. Like you see how these 3 colors all look alike? There was absolutely no reason for me to buy this color. I just got it with the pack, but had I known that they were so close, I would have never bought it on its own. Alright, so now we have Playful Pink, Backseat Necking. Obviously, you know, these, they don't look at them at all. So I think that's done for this swatch reel. Let me take a look at some of these corals. Alright, here's Meat at Market. Tumbleweed. Yeah, these corals, they don't match at all. I had Going Organic, but I believe I got it on sale. Didn't want it, and I think I sold it. So I definitely don't have a swatch of that one, but I would wager that it's very different. Alright, now let's take a look at these. Here's butterflies. Doesn't look like any of these at all. But here's butterflies. No. Bunny slopes, not at all. All these peaches, not at all. My pink tutu was also, something happened to mine, and mine started to lose the color. Let me just straighten this out. Something happened to mine, and mine started to lose its color. And I don't know, but never bothered to figure it out, but it doesn't match at all. Let's see what else we have. We have these brown toned nudes. Not at all. Let's see. We've got these high pinks. Prickly pink, the cat's meow. Something borrowed. My Pretty, which actually looks exactly like At the Altar, by the way. So you know. Here's an example of what I meant by having version 1 and version 2. This is the Your Turn everybody knows and loves. This is the Your Turn I always had. So I had 2 jars of this because, again, where I worked, they, this is the version 1 color. So we had got 2 boxes. One for, like, you know, each of the gel techs. But when I went to go rebuy that same color, I was just like, it's different. So now I've hidden this one away because it's more brown. And everyone gets the pink one. So let's see. Mantra Mauve, Manhattan Mauve. Got the wrong way. Rosy Posy. Yeah, no. Alright, so it's not a unique color. For this one, I would say skip it. If you don't want, if you have Flamingo, if you have Sweet Cream, skip. Now Love Bug. That's the next color, so let's grab its swatch stick. Oh, I forgot color gels. Let's go back. Color gels. I'm so sorry. Going down this rabbit hole. Color gels. I have some way discontinued color gels. See, this is Dreamsicle. Nope. Where's Party Girl? This is Great Chemistry. No. What is this? This is a lot of gelato? Definitely not. Well, let's keep going. Where is Party Girl? Ah, found it, found it. Oh, okay. This is Party Girl here, and this is Flower Power. No, not at all. I sold Party Girl. There are just some color gels. I just had so many reds. I had so many pinks. I just couldn't do it anymore. Let me see. What color is this? Here's Bonbon. Bonbon is this one. Not at all. If you have Bonbon, I wouldn't even bother getting this one. Add some red to it or something. Yeah, if you have Sweet Cream or Flamingo, pass. If you have those, just pass. Alright. Let me go through the other color gels as well. So, I'm in the area of Julie with Tootsie, Show Me the Honey, Ready for Rio. None of these are a close match. Of the pinks I have left, not a chance. So here is pastel pink gel paint. This one's from Elegance. Pastel pink gel paint. Flower Power. Very similar. Put that to the side. And then Fusion had released their spring collection. Being 6 colors. Fusion had released a spring collection, and this actually looks like it could be a part of it. It looks a lot like this one. This one's Fortify 64. Looks a lot like that one. Alright, but we spent 10 minutes on this color, so let's go to the next one. So Love Bug is next. When I saw Love Bug, I immediately thought of Language of Love. Let's see. All of that, no. Alright, here are these pinks. Alright, here's Love Bug, Playful Pink. Not really similar. Backseat necking, you can see Love Bug is darker. Bitchin'. Love Bug is still darker. Boss Lady, not even gonna look at that one. Beautiful and Bold. Now my Beautiful and Bold is defective. You can see, you can't, I don't know if you can see it. Let me just see if I can get a bit closer. You can't really see it on camera, but there are bits of unground black pigment in my Beautiful and Bold. And so Ellie did replace the jar, but I started to notice it a lot more that I had jars with unground black pigment. Wasn't very happy with that. Okay, so Beautiful and Bold. Not really. Man Overboard. Man Overboard and a heart-shaped box look almost alike. So, not really. Not that at all. Giddy Girl. Not at all. And then Language of Love. Language of Love and Love Bug look like they could be sisters but not twins. On camera, they look extremely alike. Language of Love has more purple. Fashionably Late, for example, looks very close to Language of Love in real life. When you put it on the camera, it looks like Positively Charged and not like it at the same time. I'm gonna say this is not, if you have Language of Love, I would use Language of Love. I wouldn't go spending my money out on Love Bug. I think this purpley pink is better than this purpley pink. And this one's more like, obviously purple. Alright, but let me go to the color gels now. Alright, for the color gels, I'm hoping it looks like Starlet. Alright, so for the color gels, here's Starlet. On camera, they look alike. Starlet and Language of Love look extremely alike. On camera, they look alike. These two couldn't be further apart. The way Love Bug looks actually quite true to life on camera. The way Starlet looks, not at all. Starlet is very purple. Let's keep going. Here's Pop, Lock, and Drop. Pop, Lock, and Drop and Love Bug look a lot alike, except Love Bug has more purple. This is Smitten. Smitten is brighter. This is Pop, Rock, and Pink, which is more of a candy pink. Yeah, Love Bug is unique, but if you have Starlet and Language of Love, pass. And the next one is Trippy. So for Trippy, this is an easy one. There's not a lot of orange out there. I thought I had a swatch of that russet orange, but apparently I don't. Actually, here's a swatch comparison for Love Bug. Bright Maroon from D&D and Love Bug. Bright Maroon is more red. Love Bug is more pink. Where's Jinx? This was one of my favorite colors from D&D. I just want to share this with everybody. 755 was called Jinx. It's an extremely nice Christmas red. Oh, Christmas purpley pink. Obviously very different from Love Bug. Just showing that. Alright, but now try. From the color gels. Oh wait, sorry, these are the buttercreams. From the buttercreams, the 2 oranges that we have. Good on us. Downward Dog, obviously not comparable. Farm Fresh, not comparable. Here's Super Freak, Tailgater, Confident Coral, Those Summer Nights, Camel 1 Hump or 2, Tumbleweed. No, it's a unique orange to the buttercreams at least. But let me go through those corally pinks. For those corally pinks, you have Short Skirt Flirt Flirt. Not at all. Sassy Lassie. No. Sahara Sunset. No. I Melt For You. I really want to get rid of that one. No. Poison Apple. There's nothing in the buttercreams. Now with the color gels. This is Full Spectrum Hottie, right here. And this is Trippy. Full Spectrum Hottie has been so discontinued, it's not funny. Is Trippy the replacement? No, because Full Spectrum Hottie is significantly more intense. It makes Trippy look a little bit dull. But Full Spectrum Hottie required multiple coats. This one is the buttercream formula. It's updated. It's thick. Did I say it was thick? But it makes Trippy look very dull. So if Elegance was trying to replicate Full Spectrum Hottie, I don't think they did. But let's keep going with the oranges. Where's She's the Copper Couch? Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath has sparkles. Under Investigation. It's terracotta. Curry On. No. Graceful Gazelle. No. This one's really old. Melon Madness. No. The Bee's Knees. No. Coral Cottage. No. She's a Copper Catch. She's a Copper Catch looks a lot like Farm Fresh. So no. Then we get into yellows and we're going from there. Trippy is not the replacement for Full Spectrum Hottie. If you have Full Spectrum Hottie, you better hold on to that. Alright, now let's go to the next one. I didn't keep a swatch of Russet Orange, so I have nothing to compare that one to. So, Psychedelic. Let's go back to the color gels. Alright, so for the color gels. Totally Taffy. No. Yellow Jacket. No. Yellow Jacket has more white. Grazing the Grasslands, definitely not. Sorry, no, my bad. Sunbum. This one here is Sunbum. Sunbum is more of a honey yellow, so no. Grazing the Grasslands, no. Sunkissed. I had Sunkissed. I sold it. Looks a lot like Totally Taffy, except Totally Taffy has that shimmer. The shimmer you can barely see. From the gel paints. Oh, I should just point out, Trippy and Neon Orange don't look alike at all. Here's Trippy, here's Neon Orange. Trippy here, Neon Orange here. They don't look alike at all. But here is Primary Yellow and Psychedelic. In real life, Psychedelic is brighter and has more white. On camera, they look quite alike. Let me find, this is Neon Yellow. Neon Yellow and Psychedelic. In real life, look exactly alike. Whoa. Yeah, Neon Yellow and Psychedelic look exactly alike. I actually don't see a difference between the two. Alright, I think that ended this comparison here. If you have Neon Yellow, just forget it. Don't buy Psychedelic unless you want the buttercream formula. Alright, let's end that one there. I was shocked. Alright, now Groovy Green. Let's start with the obvious ones. Primary Green. Primary Green and Groovy Green? No. Neon Green and Groovy Green? No. Primary Yellow and Groovy Green? No. Neon Yellow and Groovy Green? That's actually a good color combination. But no. Alright, so from the color gels. Tennis Anyone. There's Tennis Anyone and Groovy Green. On camera, they look alike. In real life, Tennis Anyone clearly has more white. And actually you can see it in the camera. Groovy Green has a more solid fixation, but Tennis Anyone looks like it's brighter, and it is. Alright, but now let's just go through the rest. These don't really match, but semantics. Minty Fresh. Morning Swim. Morning Swim is kind of like an updated version, well, an older version of Minty Fresh. Catch of the Day. Sublime Lime. Just a Little Selfish. Someone upside down. Just compares the yellows. Totally Taffy. Yellow Jacket. Sunbum. Those actually look nice together. Edible. Grazing the Grasslands. Obviously not. Then I have a fusion color. Oh, this is actually a old throwback. Well, here's Martini Up. But this is an old throwback. This one's called Textured Green. It came in UV only, and then when I upgraded my lamp, I couldn't use it anymore. Bring back Textured Green in LED format, because look at that. Those look amazing together. Here's another color for Psychedelic. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was Lemon Juice from D&D. Very similar. Let me find that fusion color. Oh, I found it. For Psychedelic, here's the fusion color Vault. Vault has more white, but applies more smoothly. From Fusion, we have Lime Ricky. Here's Lime Ricky, which is very hard to find now. It applies, it doesn't apply well. So if you were looking for Lime Ricky and you decide you want to go get Groovy Green instead, I would do that. Lime Ricky is a bit more limey, but it's very clear. You need like 3 coats of the color compared to Groovy Green. Let me just grab Tennis Anyone for comparison. And here's all 3 together. Groovy Green, Lime Ricky, and Tennis Anyone. On camera, they all look very much alike. I will say Tennis Anyone is the lightest of all 3. Alright, so we're almost done. Now the last one, Far Out. I have a fusion color called, I believe, Breathe. No, Breathe is too dark. Yeah, Breathe. Here's Breathe. Here's Lookbook. And neither have a shimmer. Here's a Calm. Calm has an obvious shimmer. So let me see. Alright, let's start with the buttercreams here. Let's start all the way out here. Okay. Head in the Clouds. No. Candy Jar. No. Sisterhood. No. Night Owl. Night Owl also has a shimmer running through it that it totally didn't need. But that's enough. Just a Mirage. No. Anchors Away was discontinued in favor of Peekaboo as a buttercream. If you have Anchors Away, don't buy Peekaboo. So here we are. They don't look alike at all. Totally Tubular. No. Holy Guacamole is very obviously green. Midsummer's Night is also very obviously green. They don't look alike at all. Midnight Meat. No. Midnight Meat and Peekaboo look very alike. Praying for Powder. Alright, I mean, we could keep going, but there's nothing here. Here's Justice. Justice, no. Not for the color gels. Ocean Avenue, no. Candy Jar, no. Blue Skies, no. Aquamarine, no. Rain, Rain, Go Away, nah. I'd like to thank the Academy, Mr. Peabody, Peekaboo, +1, Well Seasoned, Brooklyn, Little Rebel. Now see, the shimmer in Little Rebel is very obvious versus the shimmer in Far Out. I can see this from a million miles away. I have to get up close to see this. Hashtag Glitter Me, super old. Geek Chic, also super old. And I think we're getting too dark here. Belgium Blue. Center of Attention. If you can find this color, don't buy it, please. Don't buy it. This color, if you leave it to sit down for a day, all the shimmer goes straight to the bottom. There's no purples it compares to either. Let me look at my discontinued pile. I don't think I've ever sold any blues, primarily reds. Oh, my bad. Alright, here's Warrior Princess. Warrior Princess has a shimmer going through it, much like Totally Taffy and this Far Out color, and it didn't need it. Next to it is High Dive. And then here's Longboard. This is another textured color. This is Textured Blue. These two would actually go nice together. There's nothing comparable to this color, but this color is extremely passable. I wouldn't get it. Now my overall thoughts on this collection. Let's just start grabbing it back and put it, getting ready to put it in my collection. Oops. So my thoughts on this collection are this. Trippy and Groovy Green are excellent to have. Psychedelic, if you have neon yellow, go get neon yellow. I know it's a gel paint, but use a 405 nanometer lamp, place it thinly, and you could probably wear it. I see people wearing neon orange all the time. Love Bug, definitely passable. If you have seriously succulent, I think that looks exactly like that because, exactly like this one, because Language of Love looked a lot like Seriously Succulent. I did a comparison, I'm like, Language of Love just has a bit more red. I would pass on this color. I would pass on this color. If you have Sweet Cream and Flamingo, I would pass on this color. If you have a generic pink floral, I would pass on this color. And I would pass on this color just because it's not purple enough. I would pass on this color here Far Out for the shimmer. This color should have been a plain color. So I'm going to push these to the side. I'm going to push this one to the side too. If you only get two in this collection, I would get this one, and that's it. This is just my opinion. You don't have to follow it. You don't even have to believe in it. And this is just my opinion. And this one, if you have Tennis Anyone already, it's the same color in a buttercream format. If you are looking for that bright orange that we don't have at all, you can get this one. If you're able to get your hands on Scooby from Fusion, however, that's a good one. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but it looks very good. So let me see. These four I would pass. Oh, wait. Yep, nope. Those four I would pass on. These two I would get. These two would definitely be good additions to your collection if you already have a growing one. But if you don't, pass on the pinks, pass on the reds, definitely pass on this yellow, and definitely pass on that blue.